Welcome to this implementation insight on Continual Improvement Management. I am Chris Shakespeare and a portfolio manager within the Customer and Partner Leading Practices team at ServiceNow. Continual Improvement Management, CIM, helps drive service excellence across the organization by tracking all improvements in a single improvement register. It allows you to align individual improvement initiatives with business goals to overall business strategy and provide transparency for everyone involved. CIM enables smart decision making by setting measurable KPI-based goals with a visual dashboard to measure the business value. CIM extends improvements to service desk agents with a coaching plugin that delivers real-time coaching at critical moments in their tasks. The CIM process has a number of defined stages to progress the improvement initiative through. The improvement register is a key component of the CIM process, providing the capability to capture all the possible opportunities to make things better and then prioritize the ones to action first and potentially at all. So who can raise an improvement? Ideally, anyone in the organization. Some examples are service desk managers, process owners, service owners, analysts, ITIL users. How can improvement requests be raised? There are a number of ways due to the integration of CIM into other ServiceNow processes. Directly within the CIM application in ServiceNow, via the idea portal, from an incident, problem, services under SPM, survey result, idea, demand, project, CMDB health, GRC audit review, performance analytics, process optimization or benchmark, and finally automatically via integrations. What ways can improvement opportunities be identified to add into the register? Here are a few suggestions. Carry out regular assessments of your services, processes and technology. Review service reports for trends and issues that need to be addressed. Look at process KPIs and any internal process assessments in performance analytics and platform reports. Compare with benchmarks baseline and use the system suggested proven best practice based recommendations. Ask process managers and owners for improvement insights. They usually have a list. Review problem and change management reports for trends and issues that need to be addressed. Review risk registers and GRC audit test failures to see if there's any improvement opportunities there. Ask the wider IT staff, development and project management teams for improvement suggestions. Finally, provide CI requester roles so users can submit the improvement request into the CI register with one click. Once the improvement initiatives are logged, start by looking for improvement opportunities with high benefit, high urgency and low cost. CIM application uses Performance Analytics Spotlight feature to automatically rank the improvement backlog that enables you to pick the most worthwhile item from the top of the list. Opportunities with low benefit and high cost can usually be deferred without further consideration. The remaining opportunities can be ranked by benefit, cost and urgency to enable you to select the most worthwhile. The Workbench dashboard in CIM application allows you to manage and monitor improvement register as a sprint and backlog. This combination of agile and IT service management is usually very effective at helping you realize continual and incremental improvements in the services you deliver to your users. In summary, It's better to start a few improvements and invest the resources needed to complete them fairly quickly than to take on too much and see things stall and fail to make progress. How do I get started with continual improvement management? Step 1. CIM requires ITSM Pro. Full CIM functionality relies upon other modules. Performance analytics for finding and tracking improvement initiatives. Enable the Performance Analytics Content Pack ITSM Dashboards plugin to provide you with around 300 PA indicators and persona-specific dashboards. Use PA report trends to find improvement opportunities and submit to CIM with one click from Scorecard. The coaching module to provide in-process coaching to support agents and employees to increase their performance and productivity. This provides immediate coaching to improve people performance. The innovation portal will allow everyone in the company to submit their improvement ideas via Service Portal. The benchmarks peer comparison to set meaningful goals. Opt in to benchmarks by search for benchmarks in the application navigator. Opt in from production instance. Use benchmarks insights and best practice recommendations as input to find new improvement opportunities. Optionally, enable service portfolio management / vendor management workspaces. This will allow you to monitor service vendor health performance, submit improvement opportunities from a service record. Step 2. To gain support from leadership and stakeholders, you'll need a vision, business objectives, and measures of success for continual improvement management. Make sure your implementation creates value that is measurable, and take the present state into account to make sure you have an appropriate implementation plan. Suggested CIM business outcomes. Proactively drive continual optimization and improvements across services, processes, people, and technology. Improvement opportunities across IT services and processes, easily identified, increased efficiency and reduced costs. Improvement initiatives aligned with strategic goals. Employees made to feel that their contribution is making an impact. Some suggested CIM success metrics are monthly user engagement, i.e. the number of employees making use of CIM tools. New improvement initiatives measures the adoption of improvement management processes. Outcomes achieved in the last 6 months measures the improvement KPIs that were improved using CIM with a breakdown by strategy, category, and type. Step 3. Establish team and assess readiness. There's a team involved and specific skills required to implement and maintain continual improvement management. Make sure you have the right team in place or begin with a plan to engage them. Don't finalize your resourcing and project plans until you've assessed your team's readiness. Identify and prepare your implementation and maintenance resources. Identify an executive sponsor. This person will be the project's primary champion who markets it throughout the organization to ensure capacity, funding, and priority. Confirm your executive sponsor is committed and fully engaged. Identify a process owner. This person is usually a senior manager who owns and maintains the CIM process. The improvement coordinator manages improvements with their expertise at the process or service level. Existing ITSM process owners can be assigned to this coordinator role to manage improvement areas. The improvement requester is responsible for submitting improvement initiatives to the CIM application. Identify the technical owners for the CIM implementation and post-go live support. Ask all the technical team members who will be involved in the implementation post-go live maintenance to complete ServiceNow fundamentals training prior to design. Finally, CIM is not just the improvement manager's responsibility. It should be part of everybody's job who are involved with service or process in some way. Use CIM roles to specify what different users and user groups can see and do. It is a good idea for the improvement manager to assign improvement coordinator roles to other process owners or improvement teams. Step 4. Governance for your CIM journey should include both implementation governance as well as post-implementation process governance for the long-term success of CIM in your environment. Your implementation governance team should include members for your post-implementation governance activities. Create a CIM implementation governance committee. Assign your ServiceNow platform owner, business process owners for ITSM, HRSD, CSM, depending on your scope for CIM, IT service desk lead and service delivery leads, project managers, technical resources, and other business stakeholders as required. Your executive sponsor or their delegate should chair this committee. Define a meeting cadence, agenda, and clear decision process. Include regular review validation of project objectives, ensuring that they align to enterprise strategies, outcomes, ease of use, upgradability, and prioritization of new and existing demand. Technical obstacles and strategies for resolution. Work with your executive sponsor and platform owner to develop a responsibility assignment matrix, RACI, to establish a common documented understanding of decision rights for the implementation project and ongoing maintenance. Ensure your governance team is prepared and authorized to gather and/or define measures of success for operational objectives. These success measures should align to the goals and metrics discovered in Step 2, defining your business outcomes. Establish post-implementation governance activities. Establish initiative review board composed of the key stakeholders accountable for CIM progress. The board should meet regularly to review each improvement item, to set measurable goals, targets, validate strategic alignment, and add required tasks before assignment to improvement coordinator. The board should prioritize which initiatives should be actioned next. If you bypass a review board, the same tasks must be completed by the improvement coordinator, assisted by improvement manager. Remember to define approval groups if required. The improvement manager should leverage Workbench to review ongoing progress and success of completed initiatives. Your initiative review board should be involved in any and all future upgrades or extensions of the CIM process and product utilization. Step 5. Consider organizational change management activities throughout planning and implementation for successful adoption and long-term success. Build an OCM plan and confirm that you have leadership and executive sponsor support for OCM, including budget for an OCM program lead. This should also include an explicit definition from leadership about what good OCM should look like for your organization. Conduct an OCM readiness assessment to measure how ready your stakeholders are for the organizational change needed to support continual improvement. This should be conducted before design discussions. Based on your readiness assessment, create an OCM plan and develop an OCM impact analysis and risk assessment tailored to your use of CIM and your business environment. Recommendations for consideration in your OCM plan are: identify and explain enterprise strategies, goals and priorities throughout organization. These are foundational to CIM. Provide coaching and guidelines on outcomes and measures appropriate for each strategic area. Allow other business processes to shift improvement, the restoration or root cause to CIM, increasing their efficiency whilst not losing sight of opportunities. Plan for a pilot. Initiate a limited scope pilot after the design phase and before larger scale CIM implementation. This is important for showing quick wins for effective OCM, and pilot feedback will enhance the quality of a larger scale CIM implementation. Some recommendations for a CIM pilot include: start discussions with 2 or 4 small teams that would be highly beneficial for them to conduct CIM, are interested in CIM and can commit to a pilot. Confirm the chosen team is willing to share feedback and value gained from the pilot. Put a structure in place to document the lessons learned from the pilot. And finally, confirm the scope and dates for a pilot during the design phase. Most pilot scopes start small, enabling 1 or 2 process focus areas for CIM. Step 6. Understand requests and processes. Work with business process owners to document your use cases. Ensure installation of all applications required to fulfill each use case. Provide guides or diagrams to illustrate how CIM submissions are handled and include information for whomever is making the submission and whomever is handling the request. List any concerns or roadblocks you foresee for implementing or adopting CIM. Identify if approvals are required, when and by whom. Alternatively, simplify by deactivating approval and leaving it with the improvement manager and individual improvement coordinators. Validate your governance for CIM post-implementation and determine cadence for regular review. Set scope thresholds. For instance, when should a CIM initiative become a fully managed and approved project, where the task is to get to the project initiation and report on project success via outcomes predefined at initiative creation. Keep in mind that CIM crowdsourcing is only of value if assessed and responded to, and requesters are kept informed of rationale for prioritization decisions. Step 7. CIM may interact with a range of applications. An improvement request can be created from other applications, and conversely, records for other applications can be created from an improvement initiative or CIM task. You must configure properties for CIM integration with other applications. An improvement initiative can be created from these applications: benchmarks, demand management, incident problem management, survey management, process optimization. As part of an improvement initiative, these records can be created: demand and project. As part of a CIM task, these records can be created: change request, knowledge base article, agile development story. Additionally, ServiceNow applications use with CIM to amplify the ease of use and value tracking, performance analytics for finding new improvement and tracking improvement on initiatives. The coaching module to provide in-process coaching support to agents and employees to increase their performance and productivity. The innovation portal to allow everyone in the company to submit their improvement ideas via Service Portal. With any process improvement, it's important to measure success. CIM gives a range of capabilities that help you measure that success, such as dashboards and workbenches. You can see on the right there's a range of use cases that customers can apply to drive CIM within their organization. With any process improvement, it's important that you measure success. CIM gives a range of capabilities such as dashboard and workbench that support the measurement. To the right on this slide are some common use cases we see when customers apply CIM. Bear in mind that your particular use case will be unique to your organization. From continual improvement benefits can be put into two categories. Direct ROI items that can be measured using a KPI and can be converted to a currency value. Examples include cost savings, time savings, revenue generation, and productivity increase. Indirect ROI items that are harder to quantify in currency, but equally important to long-term growth and success. Examples include improved safety, reduced risk, and improved compliance. So to calculate the real value of improvement, you should focus on capturing both direct ROI and indirect ROI. Generally, the goals revolve around three KPI buckets: impact, engagement, activity level. Let's dig into those a little deeper. Impact, around cost, time and revenue growth. You can attach one or more KPIs to an initiative. Engagement, things like user engagement summary, participation by business, service or process. With more engagement, you can collect more ideas and make more improvement at all levels in the organization. Finally, activity level, around number, types, frequency, and execution of improvements. The CIM dashboard, using a performance analytics-based KPI as an automated measurement method, provides an easy way to see the metrics related to the various buckets. Once the KPI is attached, you can see the current state and value, set your goal for the future state, and by when you think you can meet your goals in the target review date. Having the KPIs provided in a visible and transparent way helps provide an increased sense of accountability that drives higher user engagement. It is critical that improvement initiatives align with the business strategy so that the executive team can see what improvements have been done in the past 3 or 6 months to meet strategic goals. CIM provides the ability to associate improvement initiatives with business strategies and see them reported out on the CIM dashboard. Calculating the direct ROI of improvement is a key metric in establishing both credibility and assessing the savings. Improved processes make your employees' time more valuable to your business. Calculating indirect ROI is important, and examples of those are improved quality. The improvement in service quality and convenience will make customers happier, attributing to higher customer retention. Improves safety. Customer staff, patient, vendor safety, equals at the end of the day fewer accidents, lower costs, improved compliance. Maintaining regulatory compliance protects your brand's reputation in the eyes of stakeholders and customers. Reduce risk, improved processes typically offer better security and risk mitigation. Setting these measurable goals is key in gaining approval to move forwards with the initiative, and CIM provides that value-driven approach to support the improvement cycle. CIM, Structured Improvement Framework, can be used to improve your people and team's performance, review and improve the skills and competence of your people to ensure that IT personnel have the right skills and competence to manage the technology, execute the processes, and deliver the services. Create initiatives to provide the required coaching and training to fill skills gaps and make your team profoundly better. In summary, measuring, tracking, and reporting on continuous improvement is the single most important thing you can do to ensure that your organization keeps a competitive edge above the competition. Measure both the direct ROI and the indirect ROI to show the total outcome value achieved. So let's close this out. So step 1 is start small, show value achieved, and build an improvement culture. It's better to make a few improvements than to take on too much and not make any progress. CIM provides you with a workbench UI that allows you to plan and manage improvement in an agile way using a tile-based view and a drag and drop interface. CIM brings people, data, and processes together using workflows, alerts, and dashboard to provide a platform for structured and efficient continual improvement. Step 2, CSI is not just the CSI manager's responsibility. It should be part of everyone's job who's involved with services or processes in some way. CIM provides different roles to make that easy. It's a good idea for the CSI manager to assign improvement coordinator roles to other process owners or improvement teams. If your people believe in CSI, then it will happen and it will create value. If CSI is seen as yet another layer of bureaucracy, just another one of those jobs, then it will have no value at all. Step 3, the best way for people to submit their improvement idea is to make it obvious and easy. CIM provides out-of-the-box two-way integration with ITSM, SPM, PA, surveys and assessments, and coaching to make it easy for people working these processes to submit improvements by one click. For example, as an IT manager, I'm looking into ServiceNow benchmarks comparison in my industry, and I can submit an improvement idea using dynamic best practice recommendation by one click. CIM provides an improvement register as a single place to log, prioritize, implement, and track improvement in a structured process. The CSI register must be an active tool, not just a record of an ITSM review you carried out once. It allows you to do improvement in a structured and efficient manner by keeping all opportunities, their tasks, and other artifacts in one place. Step 4. Some companies continue to make the mistake of doing improvement in silos without doing a proper alignment with business objectives and goals. CIM helps break silos and make alignment to business objectives using a single central table on ServiceNow platform. The alignment of improvement initiatives to strategic objectives is done before an initiative is moved to implement state. Step 5. Many CSI initiatives fail And getting approval from the management is hard if you cannot set measurable goals and show the outcome achieved. In CIM, we took a value-driven approach and allowed to attach a performance analytics KPI, set improvement targets, and achievable target date. This approach provides full transparency to everybody of what is being improved and how the process is happening throughout the improvement cycle. CIM comes with a pre-built value realization dashboard that automatically captures the benefits achieved using KPIs attached to your improvement initiative. Step 6. CIM Structured Improvement Framework can be used to improve your people and your team's performance. Review and improve the skills and competence of your people to ensure that IT personnel have the right skills and competence to manage the technology, execute the processes, and deliver the services. Create initiatives to provide the required coaching and training to fill skills gaps and make your team profoundly better. ServiceNow coaching is automatically enabled with CIM. The coaching application lets you facilitate the coaching of employees using coaching opportunities that you can configure for a critical moment in a process. Set up coaching opportunities under coaching module to provide real-time improvement feedback and make context-based recommendations on employee performance and processes. In summary, companies that successfully implement and maintain continuous improvement are rewarded with reduced costs, increased efficiency and quality, accelerated product innovation, better customer satisfaction scores, and less employee turnover. Step 7. Make improvement a regular habit and not a one-time goal. Organizations do not naturally turn towards continuous improvement. It takes focused, concerted effort to create this kind of behavior and culture. Here are a few ideas to foster the culture of continuous improvement in your organization. Listen carefully for complaints. Every complaint is a nascent improvement opportunity. Seize upon them and challenge people to solve them. Implement a simple framework to capture and implement improvement ideas. Make ideas visible and respond to them. Your team won't embrace improvement if people are afraid that their ideas will be dismissed. Finally, expect some failure. If you're consistently running experiments, you will inevitably fail some of the time. Don't criticize people for not succeeding. Hopefully that summary was helpful. We'll move on now to the resources available which you can use to implement continual improvement management. So let's just look at some resources available for you to help you in your implementation of continual improvement management. And I'm going to just select a few of these just to focus in on. Product documentation has an extensive range of assets which guide you around the functionality available within CIM. Now Create provides a lot of guidance in terms of implementing CIM and the processes inherent within it. Now Community has active participation and sharing of ideas of various users within there. Developer Portal, you can grab yourself a personal development instance and play around with the various features and functionality. And things like the Customer Success Center has a lot of guidance in terms of governance and setting up the environment which will support CIM.